Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Mike. So, as you see, it's late night. Your boy is looking rough as heck, but it's first day of class, and I'm pretty much gonna go over my typical routine for class. How I prepare for things, like the order of operations I do things, if you will, how I manage to do the work that I do at night. Just kind of, just give you a brief rundown. Again, don't mind me. I know I'm looking rough. I know I look like who did and what for. Don't mind me. It's the message that's supposed to get across, not the look. um, so like I said, today is just the first day of class, and pretty much what I do on the first day of class is first thing I do, like you're always supposed to do, I read the syllabus, check out the syllabus. Just get a general overview of what the class is supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like, some of the different assignments that we have. We also have a breakdown of everything. We have a module section, we have an assignment section, we have a grading section, we have an assignment section. So just kind of like look over those different sections just to see if there's anything that kind of stands out to me a little bit. We also have sometimes we'll have like a meeting place, if you will. Here's a quick place to ask different questions to either other classmates or your teachers. Typically on the first day, particularly with my program since it's completely online, there are opportunities to have some classes in person, but with my work schedule, that's not a possibility. And again, it's midnight, so obviously I can't go to class right now. So, with those options, we try to meet with our classmates every now and then when we can. The first day, we do like a very brief introduction. It's like, hey, I'm so and so. I'm this far into the program. My concentration is this. This is what I do for work. Um, my things that I enjoy are this, this, and this. My goals after graduation are this, this, and this. This, just a real chill way of just kind of meeting your classmates. I know that I already did my a brief introduction. I saw some of my classmates also responded, so I'm actually going to check that out to see what they said, see who all is in my class. Wait, see who all is in my class that actually responded so far. I forgot when the deadline is for your responses, but I already did my post, so I'm not too worried about that. I do know that we have a live class on Wednesday, just to get like a little bit more in-depth information about what the class is supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like, so on and so forth. So I'm kind of looking forward to the class to see, what the teachers say, and that way you can actually ask questions, live, get a better feel of everything. You can see your classmates face to face. You can see your teachers face to face, relatively speaking. So I'm actually looking forward to that because, with everything being virtual, with your whole program being virtual, it's hard to make connections, hard to meet people, it's hard to to intermingle and to just to get to know your classmates. Like who you're working with. Because the health field, as vast as it is, it's a very small world, and it's amazing how many people just intermingle in different areas. Like for instance, there's a therapist I used to work with. He was a therapist for a very, very long time. And he used to work at a nursing home that not too far from the hospital that we used to work at. But it's still a good distance, probably like 15 miles or something like that. So nothing too crazy. And mind you, he hasn't worked at this hospital in years, at least 5 6 years minimum. One day we were going to lunch, and this person just shouted his name, and I what? And it was the family member of a patient he took care of in the nursing home. Like that is crazy. And then I remember one time when I was prepping for PTA school, we had to have certain amount of shadowing hours. So I went to that nursing home that he used to work at, and then I was like, yeah, I work at this hospital. And like, oh, do you know so and so? Do you know so and so? Do you know so and so? Like, yeah, I know this person, this person, this person, this person. Another crazy thing is the school I got my physical therapy system degree in. One of my old boss's boss and one of my therapy mentors, they both went to the same school. My therapy mentor, her husband was in one of the first graduating classes in that school. And my old boss's boss, he was in one of the graduating classes also, and he's actually now a if I'm not mistaken, he still is. He was a teacher at one of the universities. So therapy is a very small world. Healthcare is a very, very small world. So it's important to know who you're intermingling with, who you're getting to know, so on and so forth. Another thing is my my parents. I'm not trying to put too much information out there. I'll probably share a little bit later on. Well, my parents worked at a different hospital, and one of the therapists that I used to work with, again, I haven't worked with this therapist. I left that hospital in 5 years ago. So I haven't worked with this therapist before this. It's been about 6 years since I worked with this therapist. This therapist left the hospital I worked at and moved to the other hospital my mom works at. So therapy, healthcare, very small world. So it's important to know who you're talking to, who you're intermingling with, because you never know. You can be I was actually at a conference one time, and again, I was in a conference for physical therapy. And mind you, I was in occupational therapy school years ago. In 2017, I was occupational therapy school. Didn't do too well. They gave me two choices. They like withdraw or we kick you out. So I'm like, okay, I'll bounce. I'll bow out. But I digress. So I was in physical therapy school at the time, and I had to go to a conference. All right, cool. So I went to the conference. This was in 2019. Yeah, early 2019. I was at a conference, and I saw one of my teachers from my occupational therapy program. It's like, therapy is a small world. The director of my physical therapy assistant program went to that school for physical therapy and occupational therapy. Dude is a genius. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. Man's a genius. But therapy, healthcare is a very, very small world. So it's important to know who you're talking to, who you're working with, who you're collaborating with, because you never know when you're going to see them again. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of looking forward to to the virtual class on Wednesday to see my classmates, see what it's like, my teachers and everything like that, and just kind of chop it up a little bit with them. So it's pretty cool. So again, when I'm just starting a class, I just run through all. If there's a link, I click it just to kind of get used to how the layout of the class is, because there's a lot of things that you can miss, because sometimes you have things under discussion boards, sometimes you have things under assignments, some things it's like a link over here or a link over here. So I try to click on everything just to understand what things are like. There's one class I had two different syllabus to go off of. So there's information that was in one syllabus that was slightly different than the other syllabus. So you have to make sure that you're looking at the right thing. So again, I just go through everything just to understand what's going on. So that's how I start the class. Whenever I'm actually getting to the work, which I'm going to do tonight, is I use Monday as just a day of going. No, okay. So we have I usually go under the assignments tab, because it has, okay, week 1 you're doing this, week 2 you're doing this, week 3 is up until week 12. We have our semesters are 12 weeks long. So instead of semesters, it's actually quarters. So it's like quarter 1, which is January through March, quarter 2, April through June, quarter 3, July, so on and so forth. So I think that's pretty cool. So again, about 12 weeks a quarter. So what I typically do is I go to the assignments and I check out, okay, this is week 1. Look at the assignments where the breakdowns are. It's like, okay, we have a discussion board, we have a paper, we have a quiz to do. So I look at what is due for the week, and depending on how tired I am, I'll go ahead and get working. But I use the first day to at least just to kind of click around and just understand things, because a lot of times I just get confused. It's like there's just a lot of information. Sometimes I get confused. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? I'm lost here. It doesn't make sense. So I'll just use the first day to just understand what I'm supposed to do, just so I'm not as lost, just so I can figure things out for myself. This is what's worked for me so far, and I've been pretty, not to my own horn, but I've been doing pretty good in the program so far. So that's what I do. The first night is I click around, I see what assignments are due the week, like what things are looking like. If things are in the syllabus that are different, you look in the syllabus and just see where things are. So I just kind of like get my bearings on what's due. And if I have my bearings, if things are pretty easy to understand, then I'll go ahead and do whatever the assignment is. If things aren't easy to understand, again depending on what time it is, then I'll kind of like muddle my way through it. If it's too late, I'm just not understanding it, then I'll go ahead and pass everything off to the next day, so Tuesday. So let's say if I'm not understanding things. So Monday, I'm just getting my bearings, just trying to understand what the assignments are, what I'm supposed to be doing, just trying to get a hold of everything. Again, depending on how late it is, I'll go ahead and say, hey, I'm done for the night. I'm gonna chill. I'm going to close things up. I may watch a little TV depending on how late it is, or I may just go straight to bed. Tuesday, if I look at the assignments again, I usually have a better understanding because I know how to sometimes digest it, understand what I'm supposed to be doing. So I go ahead and look at those assignments again, and I go ahead and start knocking things out. So, okay, I'm knocking this out, knocking this out, knocking this out, da 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 da. And if it's a discussion board, the way that our discussion boards are is that they want all of the main posts to be posted by Wednesday, and all of your responses by Sunday at 11:59. That's how pretty much every class goes. I try to have my discussion posts done as early as I possibly can. So Monday, if I can't get done on Monday, Tuesday, if I can't get it done by Tuesday, then Wednesday the latest. I try to get everything done, like all my discussion posts. If it's a main post, if it's my main post and people have already posted, because we usually have to respond to like 2 or 3 people. So if it's a main post and people have already responded, I'll do my main post and I'll go ahead and respond to those other 2 people. So I don't have anything to do on Thursday or Friday. My personal goal is to try to get everything done by Wednesday, so that way I have Thursday night to kind of chill, relax a little bit. Friday night, I have it to kind of chill, relax. Depending on which week it is, I'll have to work on Saturday. So I'm not trying to go into the hospital. I'm so stressed out on other work. So I try to get all my stuff done by Wednesday. So if there's anything that's like straggling, Thursday I can kind of do some straggle work, or I just want to kind of like get my name out there, because sometimes it's like getting your name out there and like responding to other people's work just kind of get it makes you look a little better. So I'll try to do like any like extra. I'll do like some extra responses on like Thursday, depending on if I'm working or not. The weekend I may like do like a response on Saturday night or Sunday if I'm not working. That's typically what I do. If I'm able to understand everything when I first take a look at it on that Monday, then I'll go ahead and knock out my first blog post. If it is a blog post, I'll go ahead and knock out my first blog post. If it's a paper, I'll go ahead and start my paper. Whether it's just formatting, whether it's sometimes it's just formatting. Sometimes it's like, hey, this paper needs a cover page. It may need a table of contents. It may need a works cited page. So if I'm still trying to understand things about the paper, I'll at least knock those things out. Go ahead and make my cover page. Go ahead and make my table of contents. Go ahead and just write introduction on the paper, so I can just kind of fill that part out. And then in table of contents, I'll at least start those things. Just so whenever I'm picking up on it, it's like, okay, this I already started. I just kind of like fill in the blanks, because it's hard to start writing when there's no information. You know what I mean? So if there's at least some kind of information, something on there, it's like, okay, I can just kind of fill in the blanks, and everything just kind of flows. But there's nothing to start with. There's no leg to stand on. I'm just kind of lost. It can be kind of tough. So I try to get as much work done as I can as soon as possible, so it's a little less to do later on. So I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and open something. If my computer's frozen, so my computer's a little old, so not bad. So let me see if I can do this thing. Yeah, I'm live. Flip the camera. See, my computer's a little slow. I'll pick things up. Yeah, it's all good. Once it opens up, then I'll go ahead and I'll just do a brief rundown. that's pretty much how I break things down. I use the first day to just get my bearings a little bit, just to kind of understand what work is supposed to be done, how I'm supposed to do it, things like that. Tuesday, if Tuesday my bearings are already taken care of, okay, I'll go ahead and start knocking things out. Wednesday, I want all of my stuff done by Wednesday, so Thursday I'm kind of chilling a little bit. All right, cool. So, post it up here. All right, dope. So, first day, conflict resolution, almost done. So again, just kind of looking things up. Here we go. If it's gonna do it, ain't gonna do the thing. That's all good. Okay, so. All right, cool. So yeah, kind of look at it a little bit, just kind of understanding of what I'm supposed to be doing. So look at the syllabus, just make sure things are making sense for me. And then I kind of go from there. Again, once I'm in the meat of class, there are times I've had some really late nights. So tonight's gonna be a pretty chill night because I only have to do. I did my initial introductory post. It was yesterday because here's your just kind of like looking get like a little behind the scenes scoop yesterday. So Sunday, so I did my first initial blog post Sunday. So let's work I do. So tonight I'm just going to read the syllabus again, kind of click through some things, see what I need, see what's mandatory, what's not mandatory, and I'm going to go ahead and respond to some classmates. I saw some classmates already posted some stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and kind of go from there. But like I said, tonight's going to be kind of a chill night, and this is one of my first days of class, man. It's pretty exciting to know that I'm almost done. Got this semester, got next semester. 6 months until I'm done. I know that because we have to the semester before you want to do your internship and your practicum. My bad, y'all. The semester before you want to do your internship and your practicum, you have to do like a preliminary paper, and for our practicum, it was like you're just talking about the information that you found in the research that you've been doing. My practicum, I had to have a heading section. So my part two, I just had to introduce my headings. We had to have a minimum of 15 different headings to have a minimum of 10 pages of work. So what we had to do is we had to create our headings, and we had to send them to our pretty much our board members. So we had to have 4 board members to just kind of like confirm what we're doing, just see if what we're doing is actually going to make sense, if there's any like tips or tricks that they would add to the project that we're going to be working on. So I sent out 4 emails last night with my introductory paper to my board members, just to see what they said. I saw that I got 1 email back. I'll go ahead and kind of like refresh my emails to see if anyone else said anything. Cause I checked early this morning. So I'll go ahead and check to see if anybody else said anything. It's not due for. I got a good little minute because I started this at the end of last semester, just kind of give me some wiggle room. So I'm not too worried about time frame. I am slightly because I want to just the earlier I can get this done, the less I got to worry about. So I'm trying to get this thing done as soon as I possibly can. So it's like, hey, one less thing to worry about. Just go ahead and get me into this class type thing next semester. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, it's gonna be a relatively chill night. Gonna review my class, go and check out everything, see what's going on, what I need to do tonight, if what books are mandatory. I haven't ordered any books yet. I'm a little behind on that, but sometimes they're like, oh yeah, this book is mandatory, this book isn't. So I'm kind of gonna see what they want to do with that. And yeah, we do have like an online bookstore, so I can probably do like an electronic copy. I do have some hard copy stuff like on my bookshelf. Again, depending on how soon I can get the books in, depending on which is better. Again, sometimes it's better to do a hard copy. Sometimes it don't really matter. Just depends on what you got time for, what books are mandatory, what books aren't mandatory, type thing. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of check out, see what's mandatory, what I need to do tonight. Again, it'll be a pretty chill night, but the work starts tonight. 3 months of this class. few months of writing my paper, and then I'm gonna get my fancy hat. All right, y'all. Later.